One of my favorite things with patients is when they ask me, why do my ribs stick out? Have you ever noticed when you lie flat on your back that your ribs flare up like this? Is it something you're aware of at all? If you do, there's a really easy explanation for this. Most people think that they're born deformed, and this is absolutely not the case. The vast majority of people who have ribs that flick out slouch and collapse into their rib cage when they sit at their chair all day. The thing is, you need to think about your rib cage like a barrel. All of your ribs basically will sit one on top of the other, and they're in this sort of position. When you collapse into your rib cage, what happens is you fold into those lower ribs, and what you force them to do is you force them to compress together. Underneath your lower ribs, you have some really important organs like your liver, your intestines, and your stomach. And so if the ribs maintained their position, they would physically compress your organs, which would be very bad. And so what happens is that your ribs, to accommodate your organs and to accommodate your slouch posture, will compress together, so the intercostal muscles become smaller and the space becomes smaller, and they just basically flick a little bit when you're in this slouch position forward. When you're in this position, you don't necessarily notice that your ribs are flicking out at all. However, when you lie flat on your back, it becomes abundantly clear because you'll see that your ribs are actually flicking up out of your chest. So you are not born deformed. This is not something that is a deformity within your skeleton. Anyone who has ribs that flick out, it's generally a reflection of the fact that you're simply collapsing into your rib cage when you sit for a vast majority of time.